Hello. Look at how steamy this giant cup of tea is. So I made the roasted rice green tea. It's one of my favorite teas. It's got quite a lot more flavor than a regular green tea. It does taste kind of a bit like roasted rice, or when you smell it, to me it smells like kind of like Rice Krispies. It's a really nice scent. I want to taste it, but you can see the steam is still coming off of it. But you saw me make it in the intro, which I really enjoy doing those intros a lot. Not as much fun editing them, but they're fun to shoot, fun to set up, and a lot of fun to do. And believe it or not, this is actually the tea. The tea that I made. It's the same one. I literally grabbed it as soon as I finished, moved my camera over here, and sat down and started talking to you. So this is going to be a cozy before bed ramble talk, because I haven't really done these in a while. I guess I did the balcony one not too long ago. I guess almost a month ago, but wow, here we are. We're at just over 600 subscribers. That's amazing. The lunchbox videos, both of them are doing very, very well. And even the cozy history of tea is doing quite well, which is sort of guiding the direction of my channel. So I think I am going to keep it more within a kind of a home aspect, doing things around the house and things like that. So I may not lean into the role plays, maybe a spa role play or something like that, but probably not the crazy role plays I was doing before. But I am happy to re-upload them if you want. Okay, I think I'm going to try it now. It's still a little bit steamy, but it is a bit chillier these days. So, even though it's August, it's so weird, but let's give it a try. It's so good. This tea is so good. So, just wanted to talk a little quickly about this channel and the way it's growing. I'm so flattered that you all found this channel again. I'm so flattered, just very, very flattered that you've all welcomed me with open arms into doing ASMR again, and that you don't mind me doing it from a new channel for valid reasons, as I've mentioned. So thank you so much for that, and thank you all the support you've given me. We're reaching the goal to get this channel monetized, so fingers crossed it happens before the YouTube monetization requirements increases, which is going to be happening in February. But I can never count whether I'm going to reach those goals or not. I don't know, but we're going to try, and I'm going to be here, and even if I don't reach those goals, I'm still going to be here. So I'm not going anywhere. But that said, I do want to say, if you want to support the channel, which you're already doing by watching videos like these, because that helps build the watch hours and helps with engagement. But for those of you who want to help, one big goal that I have is something I'm very disappointed in when I go to edit and watch my videos, and that is my microphones. I'm very happy with the video quality. I'm very happy with the setup I have. I'm very happy with these lights. I'm very happy with those, but the microphone, it's not working. It's not giving me the sounds that I want, but we're trying. So I've been doing a lot of looking into microphones, and I really want to get the Zoom M4. So what I'm going to do, again, you do not have to help, but what I'm going to do is, if you're able to help support the channel in any way, it would mean the world to me if you could help out with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link my PayPal down below. But again, please don't feel any pressure. All the money that's going there is going back into the channel, And I'll also link to the microphone too. But once I achieve that microphone, I'm probably going to get rid of all those because I just want to keep everything into the channel. And that's really the only thing I need to help up the quality of this channel for the time being. So anyways, we're moving on from that topic. But again, thank you so much for supporting the channel and coming here and subscribing and watching those videos. It really helps with the watch hours to get it up. So I'm forever grateful for that. So thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. So yeah, I'm gonna take another sip of this tea. The last few days have been kind of not really some of the happiest last few days. So thankfully nothing personal in my life. Things are going pretty well on that end, but finding out about Dolly Parton passing away did have a pretty big effect on me. I got really sad. It's very sad to hear that people are leaving. I guess there's no other way to really say that, but all the good people are disappearing, and the people that we want to disappear aren't. So it's kind of not great times, but I try not to let it eat me up. I try to always focus on the good things, like this channel and my other channel. I recently put up a condo tour video, and view-wise, it's doing pretty well, considering my walking channel doesn't really get too many views on any of the videos that I edit. I get a lot of views for the live stream, but I don't really get too many for the edited, pre-recorded videos. So to hit those numbers is very, very exciting for me, and I'm very, very grateful for that. And also grateful that these lunchbox videos on this channel are doing very, very well. I'm so happy about that. You guys have no idea. To open up the YouTube Studio app and to see the thumbs ups, the likes, the views, like I try not to focus on it too much, but when you see those, it puts a little bit of a pep in my step, so to say. So, and it's all thanks to you guys. So I really, really appreciate that, and I really, really appreciate all the support you've given. 2026 has been, I don't want to get too personal with things, but it definitely started out rocky. I had three unfortunate passings, people who've passed away that were close to me, and it was really hard. And then had some other big life changes happen kind of unexpectedly. Like, a lot of hard times. One of the people who did pass away was my father. He passed away around the beginning of the year, and we weren't too close at towards the end of his life, but it still is very painful, and it's still a loss that I'm dealing with for many reasons. Of course, losing a parent's not easy, but there was that. There was a shift in my career, which at first I had imposter syndrome. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? But it's been a lot better now, and it's been beneficial, and I have this place now, finally, after probably 20 years. I haven't lived alone in 20 years. I've either had roommates or lived with a partner. So it's been a big adjustment living alone. And there are moments, definitely there's moments when I get a little bit sad and lonely. Thankfully I have my dog. It's still very steamy but I think it's a bit chilly in here. That's why I'm wearing my hoodie. But yeah, I feel like, it was interesting because my therapist said after I'd experienced a lot of losses and change in my life that I didn't necessarily anticipated, he sort of said, he's like, when you get all the bad things out there, like, some of these things are inevitable, but once they're all out there and you're past it, you start to embrace good change and good things happen, and you start to be more appreciative of things when they start happening. So that sort of does give it into perspective that the second half of 2026 has actually been very, very positive, a lot of good things, I'm going to knock on wood. Don't want to knock my candle down. So hopefully things remain positive. So yeah, well, hopefully things start growing with this channel and my other channel. So like that's really great. I probably going to talk a little bit more about this in depth in another video, another cozy chat video. But I recently was, I guess you could say, given a soft diagnosis of ADHD. But I'm going for a full assessment soon. Although it is one of those things where I feel like everybody has some form of ADHD. So we'll see what that says. But getting that is sort of given me a lot of clarity into how I function and how I do the things that I don't necessarily want to do. Or rather the opposite of, there's things I want to do, but I never get around to doing them. And that's part of the ADHD thing. But again, I feel like we all have a little bit of ADHD in us, so but hopefully when I have my appointment soon for my full proper assessment / diagnosis, I'm given some answers and probably hopefully given a way to deal with them or to get, I guess, treatment for it. Which hopefully there's an option for that, because I definitely would like to be more ambitious and whatnot. So, and I think it's been helpful doing videos for this channel and my other channel, because it sort of keeps that little drive going. This tea is very, very, very good. It's so delicious. I don't know if it's an acquired taste, because I was going to say, if you haven't tried it before, you should go get some, but it might be an acquired taste. This tea is what they usually serve when you go to Japanese or some Korean restaurants. Mind you, it is a little bit more on the expensive side, because for that box of 20 bags, I think it's around $18, so it's just shy of under $1 per tea bag, which I think is a bit expensive considering I buy a giant Costco of Tetley tea, and I think it's 1,000 bags for like $11 or $12. But of course that's different tea, different quality of tea too, so it makes sense. But yeah, it's nice now having clear goals for this channel and to finally figure out what I'm going to do with it going forward. So, there's a bit of a hiccup there. So yeah, I'm constantly, all day long, thinking of new ideas and writing them down for videos to do. I'm probably going to do another Dollarama haul, but I'll probably do it specifically for buying trigger items for ASMR. And I was talking to a friend recently about possibly, and I know I said I wouldn't do these kind of role plays anymore, but I think I would do a flight attendant role play again. I think that's one of the role plays that I really enjoy doing, and I really like seeing the results of that. And I do love airplanes, and I love flying in airplanes. Haven't been in one in a while, but hopefully that'll change soon, because I think I might be having a trip on my horizon in the very near future. I won't say where I'm going yet because I don't exactly know. It's a little bit sad that the Lego one didn't really get as much of a response, but when I was editing it, that was sort of when I was getting frustrated about how not great these microphones are. They're really, really good and really effective for up-close sounds like this, where you practically have to have them on the screen, but anything further than 6 inches away generally doesn't get picked up by these mics because they are meant specifically for voice, and they are meant to be basically clipped down there. So, but they are condenser mics, so that's why they do have some really good kind of ASMR sounds to them. So I was trying to see if I have something around here, but I don't. I guess I have a controller, Nintendo Switch controller, so see what that sounds like. They're not really clicky on this controller, actually. We'll see the thumbstick is. So no, this isn't the best example, but I guess it gives you an idea that like just how close this microphone has to be in order for you to get some really, really nice ASMR sounds. So while I still am using them, they're not a terrible alternative considering what's great is if you have 2 of them, and I turn this one on, but I'd have to restart the video, so we're probably not going to do that. You would get stereo sounds because they would each go to an independent audio channel. But needless to say, I was not happy with how the sound quality was of the Lego ASMR. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that eventually I can get this channel going enough so that we can actually get a better microphone. So I will say though, with the Amazon link below, unfortunately, Amazon charges about $40 more than if I were to go into a store to buy the microphone. So I guess there is that extra surcharge on the Amazon one. So if I were to get the money otherwise, I would have to buy it from, or rather would prefer to buy it from the store, the camera store here. But again, we'll see. I will also be saving my own money and some of the money that I get from my walk tubing channel to put towards it. But I'm still very excited just to be able to do ASMR. I'm more than happy to even be doing this kind of video where I'm hanging out with you. So yeah, why not? I don't usually slurp my tea, but I'm doing it for the ASMR. Because if you know from things I've said on my old channel, one of the things I don't really like when I watch other people's ASMR video, I do not like mouth sounds. I think that's why I'm so averse to doing the food eating videos again, but I might do it someday. Maybe sooner than you think, but I do not like the wetness of the mouth sounds like that. But I know a lot of you out there really, really love those sounds. So I'm not averse to doing them, but me personally, I don't like listening to them. Apparently, this is something funny, but I'm sure it's an every person thing and not necessarily an ADHD thing, but they say that people with ADHD are more prone to being upset with hearing loud eating or mouth sounds. So I wonder if that's a thing, although some people I know in the ASMR community who really like mouse sounds and eating videos, like the mukbangs and whatnot, also have said that they have ADHD. So this could just be an Eddie thing and not an ADHD thing. So yeah, but it's kind of sad though. So just going off into a little bit of a tangent here, thinking about it. You might have noticed I'm wearing a sweater. Even though it is August, almost near the end of August, to touch my screen because it sort of shuts off after a bit. And I don't know where it is where you live, but I'm sure everyone has experienced these weird temperatures. But we were never told that here in Toronto that we would have a generally kind of more chill summer. And we did have a heat wave for like 4 days back in July, but we couldn't really go out and enjoy it because we had really bad wildfire smoke in the air. Like, it was really, really strange to wake up in the morning and look out my window and everything was like a yellow orange hue, like almost like the photos we saw from like New York or Australia a few years back, or maybe it was last year, maybe it was more recent when they had the wildfire stuff go everywhere. But to see it with my own eyes was just very, very trippy. So the world is not a great place right now. But the world of cozy ASMR is the perfect place right now. So that's why I'm so happy to start this channel during a time when we all could use a little bit more coziness in our lives. So I'm going to end it here because I'm getting very, very sleepy. And yeah, I really enjoyed doing this, and thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the support you've given by subscribing, by watching this video. It means a lot to me. Again, just to let you know, I'm so happy to be back and to be doing this again. But yeah, until the next time, take care. Bye for now.